Good afternoon and welcome to your next Geeky News. I'm Nick, I will be your host for today as we kind of go over this week in news. Things started off kind of slow, I was kind of having trouble finding things, and then man, did things kind of kick into high gear towards the end of the week. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? So, the first thing that you're going to see today is that Resident Evil, the demo, has actually finally kicked off. And they are announcing that officially you're going to get a free next-gen upgrade, so there's no reason not to go ahead and buy it if you're interested in playing the game. That said, on top of that, Capcom is basically doing kind of an overhaul on Resident Evil 4. I know a lot of people have been anticipating this, and it's kind of been being worked by new studio M2, and what happened is they basically started having their role reduced in the creation of this game because there was kind of a difference between them and Capcom. They wanted to do more of a traditional rework and re-release, much like Resident Evil 2, and now it appears that Capcom wants to take it in a slightly different direction and kind of alter the narrative of the game a little bit and add in some extra stuff. There's no real telling what's really going to happen, but Capcom's production team has said that they prefer a direction where we'll see Resident Evil 4's remake inspired by the original, but with its own unique take on the features of the game, along with the story elements and environments not necessarily confined by the blueprint of the original, similar to Resident Evil 2's use of Mr. X. Now, this basically means it's going to be partially rebooted, and it's going to take significantly longer for this to come out. No word on how long this delay is going to be, but I probably would not expect to see this come out this year, maybe mid-next year, depending on how bad the rework is and how far along they actually are. Now, the third thing, and probably the thing that you all probably came into this video to see, because I know how to tag my videos, Target is going to have Xbox Series X consoles in stock next week. So, they are getting a restock of the highly in-demand next-gen consoles, more appropriately, the Xbox Series, in early next week. Apparently, right around January 24th. So put that on your calendar, get up early, and try to beat the scalpers. And Godspeed and good luck to you, and may fortune always be in your favor on this one, because these things have been coming in and selling out pretty much instantly since they launched. They cannot seem to be able to manufacture enough, and most of these are just sitting in scalpers' homes collecting dust right now because nobody seems to want to buy them for the $900 to $1,000 that people are asking for them on eBay. I applaud all of you who have not fallen the temptation of buying these things at those ludicrous prices. Please continue to keep up the good work. The next thing is that Apple's reportedly making a VR headset. That's right, the Big Apple. The big man, the Big Mac, is going to make a virtual reality headset and AR headset. It's supposed to have both features. This is likely going to be a very pricey headset, and if you know Apple products, you know this is going to cost you something. It's going to hurt. Whether or not the features are going to make this headset worth your time and effort to get the money up to be able to buy one is another story. There's very little on this other than the fact that they are now seemingly eager to get into the VR market, and they're basically already working on product development. Tech Giant may also be making a self-driving car codenamed Project Titan, with Apple's vehicle product plans making it launch in 2024. I do not know how I feel about them making cars. There are mixed results from people on their phones. I tend to have good luck with their phones, but I'm aware that they have to be replaced every couple of years. If you start doing that to me with a car, I will be insanely broke in no time. So I'm not sure how to feel about this. Let me know how you guys feel about them getting into VR and self-driving cars. Honestly, I'm kind of curious. Show me some mock-up drawings. Maybe an iMac mixed with a car. That would be kind of funny, actually. The iCar, if you will. Next up, Activision has a new patent. And we all know how these patents are. Sometimes these things are legit, sometimes these things are shady. So take this with a massive, massive grain of salt as I dive into this one. They are working on a patent that may blur the lines between reality and video games. God, if I had a nickel for every time I heard that, I'd probably be able to buy one of those Apple cars. A new discovery patent from Activision. The company is looking for ways to merge real-life environments with a video game twist. And I'm already leery about this from the jump. The video game companies create new ways to use technology all the time, and Activision Publishing is no different. With an interesting patent from Activision, it seems like the company is trying to create a kind of experience that may very well blur the lines between reality and video games. Gaming fans have often looked to patents to speculate on new things that the game companies are developing. People notice that many of the patents will have something to do with upcoming game features, much like Activision's patent for haptic gun controllers, which could be pretty good if they start working in with headsets. The U.S. patent, the virtual reality-based video game elements filed by Activision, the company tries to combine real-world items with video game experience. The main takeaway is that a real-life vehicle will receive commands from a video game controller and record a video of its environment to incorporate that video imagery into the playable game. That alone terrifies me. I don't really know why. I keep waiting for, like, microtransactions to pop up on my car while I'm driving because somebody, logged onto it with a VR headset. God, that's actually terrifying. I don't know where to go with that. Moving on. The vehicle might make use of different sensors to identify the vehicle's environment, like IR, infrared, radar, LiDAR, light detection and ranging, GPS circuitry, which could relate the GPS/AR related patent Activision also filed. So, it looks like they're trying to incorporate your real world into your virtual world, into your video game flat screen world, to make one blurred digital world. I don't know. We're going to see where this goes. Not really sure I'm keen on this one. For those of you who have Xbox games with gold, your price just almost doubled. Microsoft Corp is raising the price for subscriptions to Xbox Live Gold, its paid online gaming platform, doubling the cost for an annual pass and prompting a swift outrage from users. The price bump brings the cost of a 6-month membership to $60. That used to be the cost of a year. That's the doubling. Duh. Microsoft also removed the option for a full-year subscription at the price from the online store. The cost of a monthly subscription also increased, jumping 10% to $11. So any way you look at it, you're going to pay them, like, you can either pay $120 for a year, or you can pay like about $130, $140 for monthly. This pushes the price of Xbox Live Gold closer to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, a more expensive subscription that also gives access to games and other perks of $15 a month or $180 a year. My thesis on this is they are trying to make this so costly that you just see the difference between this and Game Pass Ultimate, and you just pick up Game Pass Ultimate, which is where they want you anyway. They really want to push this cloud service. They do not want to keep gold around. They really want you to have this and to basically roll gold into that. Eventually, and I'm just gonna put my hand down right now and say this cost will not hold either. This will go up. There is no way this holds. Not with the way they're doing acquisitions, not with the games that they're putting on there. This $15 a month will also go up, just like Netflix fees tend to go up like every couple months now. It's just going to be the reality of the platform. If you want to be invested in a platform, you want to be invested in Microsoft's ecosystem and their streaming ecosystem, you're going to end up paying this, whatever it is. It's just your new world. I apologize to any Xbox fans that get outraged by this, but it's just kind of how I see the reality of the situation. That said, you do have some cool games coming to you this February. Gold titles include Gears of 5 and Resident Evil, plus Indiana Jones, Emperor's Tomb, and The Lost Planet 2, along with Dandara. I don't know Dandara. So these are going to be your free games for next month. So if you've not gotten to play Gears 5, now's your time to jump in. This Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb, which I have not heard much about, and Dandara as well. They always seem to have like a couple of obscure games and a couple of like, AAA or former high cost AAA titles on the games with gold. So it usually balances out to being, well, okay, at the $60 a month, it used to balance out to be worth your money to have it. Now, with it being about $120 a year, they're going to have to really start upping their game on this games with gold to keep clientele, I feel like. But these are going to be your offerings for next month. So hopefully you find something there that you enjoy and that you'll get a kick out of with your Xbox Live Pass or Games with Gold. But that's about all I have for today. Thank you for joining me for this Geeky News. Hopefully you had a good time and hopefully you learned something today. Don't forget to like and subscribe on the bottom and hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss any of my videos. And until next time, happy gaming!